There's a moment that happens to almost everyone. You're standing somewhere ordinary, a coffee shop, a hallway, someone's living room. And then you've been here before, not in memory, in exactness. The angle of the light through the window, the way someone laughed mid-sentence, the position of a cup on a table, all of it. Precise. Impossible. Neuroscientists call this déjà vu. They'll tell you it's a glitch, a misfiring in the temporal lobe, your brain filing a new memory as an old one by mistake. Clean explanation. Tidy, except it doesn't explain the one pattern every single déjà vu experience shares. And once you notice this pattern, you can't unsee it. If this resonates, do me a favor and hit subscribe, because what comes next changes how you understand time itself. Here's what nobody talks about. Déjà vu doesn't feel like remembering. It feels like knowing. There's no retrieval effort, no digging through mental files. The information is just present, already there, waiting. And here's the strangest part. In that moment of recognition, you sometimes know what's about to happen next. Not a guess, certainty. The next word someone will say, how the door will open, where the sound will come from. For 3 seconds, maybe 5, you're living in a moment you've somehow already experienced, which raises an uncomfortable question. What if déjà vu isn't about the past at all? Quantum physicists have been exploring something called the many worlds theory, the idea that every decision, every possibility creates a branching timeline, infinite versions of reality, infinite versions of you. Most of the time, these timelines stay separate, parallel, never touching. But what if they occasionally overlap? What if déjà vu is the moment your consciousness briefly syncs with another version of yourself who's already lived this exact moment in a timeline that's 3 seconds ahead? Not memory, transmission, your brain accessing tomorrow's memories today sounds impossible. Except there's evidence your brain already does something similar. Studies show that your unconscious mind makes decisions 7 seconds before your conscious mind realizes it. 7 seconds. Your brain is already living in the future while you think you're choosing in the present. So maybe déjà vu isn't a glitch. Maybe it's a glimpse, a brief, unintended window into the mechanics of how time actually works. Not linear, layered. And here's what makes this even stranger. Some people experience déjà vu more than others. Much more. Why? Researchers notice something. People who experience frequent déjà vu often share certain traits: higher pattern recognition, stronger spatial memory, more vivid dreams. They're people whose brains are constantly mapping, constantly predicting. But here's the turn. Those traits don't cause déjà vu. They make you better at noticing when the overlap happens. Everyone's timelines intersect. Most people just don't have the sensitivity to feel it. Think of it like radio frequencies. The signal is always broadcasting, but only certain receivers can tune in clearly. Your brain, in moments of déjà vu, becomes that receiver, catching transmissions from a you that's already 3 seconds downstream. And now we arrive at the pattern. The one thing every déjà vu experience shares, it always happens during transitions. Walking through a doorway, entering a new room, starting a conversation, moments when your brain is resetting its spatial map, updating its predictions about what comes next. In those transition moments, your consciousness briefly loses its anchor to this specific timeline, and for just a few seconds, you drift. You sync with the version of you who's already crossed that threshold, who's already turned that corner, who's already heard that sentence. That's why déjà vu feels so precise. You're not remembering a similar moment. You're experiencing the exact same moment from a timeline that's running parallel to yours, just slightly ahead. Which means something remarkable. Every time you felt déjà vu, you've proven something profound about the nature of reality. Time doesn't flow in one direction. Consciousness doesn't exist in only one version. And the future The future is already happening. You're just not always aware enough to notice. Some spiritual traditions have known this for centuries. They call it different things: the veil thinning, remembering the dream, touching eternity. But they all point to the same truth. You are bigger than this single timeline. And occasionally, briefly, you remember. So the next time déjà vu happens, don't dismiss it. Don't let the clinical explanation satisfy you. Pay attention. Notice the transition you were in. Feel the certainty of what comes next. You're not broken. You're just tuned to a frequency most people never notice. And here's the question worth sitting with. If your brain can access memories from 3 seconds in the future, what else might it be accessing that you've learned to ignore? Drop your theory in the comments. And if you want more explorations of the strange mechanics underneath ordinary experience, subscribe. Because the world is far stranger than we've been told.